My name is Otumba Ishola Adebanjo. First of all, I just want to thank God because when I look back now, I look back at a boy from a very humble beginning. And God has piloted me, preserved me through many trials. I'm still alive today, and I have a lot of story to tell and any reasons to thank God. First of all, I want to thank my father. He's dead now. Then I also want to thank somebody who stepped in to say he was going to be like a father to me. It was a white man, his Cosman. His name was Mr. T. Morrow, Thomas Morrow. After my father died, said, I should not weep too much, but he would be like a father to me. He contributed a lot to my life. It happened that when I was in primary school, and I was a talented pupil. So in the primary school, in Ijebu, it was St. Augustine's primary school. My teachers thought I should go to St. Gregory's College because that was a Catholic school. But as it happened, I just saw an advert. A new school was being opened. I took the entrance examination and I passed, and I left for that school. So, people criticized me at that time, but it was, I can see God's hand in this, that I did not go to St. Gregory's. I went to that school called, at that time, Ijebu-Ode Commercial College. And that, I think, is the beginning of something dramatic in my life. I learned shorthand, I learned typewriting, and was so excellent in the two. I don't know how God did it. I was so excellent, so marvelous that when I came out, I met employers who appreciated what this young boy, I was 13 years when I left, what this young boy was able to do. I started life on a salary of £6.10. Within 1 year, I was promoted 4 times. From £6.10, blah, 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 blah. At the end of the year, I was already on £12. That was in Kingsway in those days. From Kingsway, I was attracted to what was then the West African Airways Corporation. I met somebody, this is the Minister Thomas Morrow, who I said, had a lot of influence on my life. When he interviewed me, he said I should be given a starting salary of £18. Just imagine, from £12 to £18 in those days. People who left school at the same time with me would still be on £7. I was already on £18. And that, So from there, it was from the airways that I went, I got a scholarship. I went to, what do you call it now? Nigerian College of Arts, Science and Technology to read computation. From there, I went to Kumasi College of Technology. When I came back to the airways, I was made personnel manager. I was already a charter secretary. And then I took private study. I read law. I completed my law degree. I went to the UK, for the graduation. And later on, when I went to University of Ife as a staff of the university, they gave me another scholarship. I went abroad again. I went to University of London again, Queen Mary College. That's where I did my LLM. And after that, the university again sent me to University of Wisconsin in USA for more or less, I think that was a training in university administration. And that was what gave me my background, as a university administrator. So I had a contribution which will remain forever part of our law, because I came back and I told them that there is a rule which people forget, that to be a visitor for his university is not just something, it's not an honorific something. This was an idea I tried to sell. I think it went up to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court upheld it, but that was Supreme Court of the 1980s. I think now, I don't think that I don't think that idea has taken firm root. But that was my contribution to the University Administration in Nigeria. Then, when I look back also, I want to see the role I played during Nigerian Civil War. During Nigerian Civil War, many of you will remember that the Igbos ran away from the north because they were being slaughtered by the northerners. And what caused that was that during the coup of 1966, it was seen by northerners as an Igbo coup. That was a sad part of the story of this country. Now, the part that concerned me was that after the northerners left from the north, only the Yorubas and a few other people were left in the north. The southerners were in the north. They were planning to leave. And I was working at that time for the Nigerian Employers Consultative Association. The association decided that I should be posted to the north to see what I could do to make sure that the southerners still remaining in the north will not leave the north. And also to see what I could do to see if employers in the north could share their training facilities to train northerners to take over some of the positions left by the Igbos. So I was posted to be to the north. I was to be in charge of the whole of the northern, what was northern region then, from Ilorin up to Kaduna to Zaria to Kano to Sokoto to Jos. I was in charge. But let me say this, that I started life just enjoying life. It was later that I came closer that it was necessary for me to have spiritual development. And I thank God today that I am developing and spiritually I am developing. I am developing not in the way of just people going to church and so on. I think I have an understanding of who I am. I'm not only a body, that I'm a spiritual being in a physical body. So I try to remember that part of me, a spiritual being in a physical body. And when I'm able to meditate on that, it takes me some time to meditate. So I can spend 2-3 hours in meditation. But when I succeed, it gives me peace of mind. Particularly since I was 80, I've been thinking over my life. What have I done? What has gone wrong? What have I done right and so on? I've been reflecting a lot. It's difficult for me to say happiest moment in my life. I think it was in Ife when the Vice Chancellor discovered some qualities in me and proposed that I should become executive assistant to the Vice Chancellor. That was a position that nobody had ever had before. Remember that my background was not in university administration. But when the Vice Chancellor discovered policies in me and made me, was going to make me, in fact it had been published, executive assistant to the Vice Chancellor. Although it created some envy among my colleagues. Why this my work coming from outside to be in universal administration for the first time. But the VC followed it up at that time and made me responsible for taking over. I mean, the government of Western states at that time decided that the research division and training division of the Ministry of Agriculture should be transferred to the university, and also Adeyemi College of Education under the Ministry of Education should also be transferred. And the VC made me the officer responsible for the takeover. You know that meant? Taking over the staff, taking over the properties, finding out how much remained to be spent and so on. You know, it just made me independent. And I was very happy. I had an office in Ife, I had an office in Ibadan, I had an office in Ondo, I had an office in Akure, and I was just traveling. I could travel from Ondo to back to Ife. It could be as late as 12 o'clock in the evening that time. I felt safe from Ibadan and so on and so forth. So that was, I think, part of the happiest part of my life. Well, how do I feel? I almost can say that I don't believe myself that I'm 90. 90? When did I leave school? When did I work in University of Ife? When was I in the north? You know, traveling all over the north. It just seems like yesterday to me. And now what has given me joy, particularly today, is the love shown by my children. They are arranging, all the things you say about arrangement for my birthday, they are responsible. What I'm wearing is, you know, they provided it. Even what I'm wearing, the shoes, look at the shoes. It's special for today. And also for my cousin, my children call him Uncle Dewey. It's just been wonderful. He has been wonderful. Faithful and loving. He's ready to do anything for me if I ask. So I control myself, do not ask him for many things. But whatever I ask him, you know, he's ready to do it. So I thank God that God has surrounded me with people who love and they make my life happy. I'm not rich, but I'm contented. Well, as I told you, I want to go deeper and deeper in spiritual development. And also, this area, we call it Karimu Williams Enclave. I think God preserved it specially to be able to protect people in this enclave from land grabbers. The land grabbers wanted to come here and they are not happy that I have stopped them. And they are stopping at nothing, you know, to attack me, including fetish attack. But God has preserved me. There's a lot I can thank people for. I don't know where to start. If I want to start, I think I must start from my church. The senior pastor of Living Waters Unlimited Church is a wonderful person. And the wife. That is one church where they don't ask you what you are going to give to the church. They are thinking of what the church can give to you. It's very, very, you cannot find that type of church any other place. What the church can give to you. So then I think of also the Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They appreciate what I've been able to do there. I was chairman of the Commercial Law and Taxation Committee for many, many years. And I thank God that the baton handed over, from Chief Chris Obobanjo to Dr. Lateef Adegbite and handed to me. I did not disappointed. They said Commercial Law and Taxation Committee must continue to exist. It has continued to exist under me. The journal we were publishing should continue to be published. I did my best to get also Professor Isi Sage to be chief editor of that journal. Then Adegbite added on that we should make sure that we get ADR, Alternative Dispute Resolution, center in the chamber. I thank God that I succeeded in persuading a young man, Tunde Fagbonwoolu. He's a senior advocate of Nigeria. He came here, I talked to him, he agreed that he would do something. Then Mrs. Rose Vival, wonderful lady, also a Adesia. From their own resources, they've established what we call Lagos Chamber of Commerce International Arbitration Center. And it is. They are going, they've done it. So these are legacies I inherited and I passed on, and I thank God that God helped me to pass this on. What do we call it? NECA. It is NECA Hall. We are going to use auditorium. They are giving it to me free of charge. As I told you, I spent many years as Secretary of NECA. And thank God that it is appreciated. Today, I'm a member of their government council and also their honorary solicitor. I thank them all. I thank the love of people surrounding me. Particularly in this enclave, I thank God for the love. What can I say? And the love of my children. That's when I think, we have to apologize. Thank you.
And it's overwhelming, pouring down as rain.